begins with a capital B. This weekend, truckloads of money being generated at the NCAA Final Four. Schools get rich, coaches get rich, students get rich, student athletes, not so much. We talk about this every year. Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy among those leading the charge to bring reforms to college sports. There's been a little progress with student athletes making some money from their name, image, and likeness, but that chunk of change is just the very tip of a very slippery iceberg. Watch this.
The college sports industry has gone almost overnight from a $3 or $4 billion a year industry to a $15 billion a year industry. And the only thing that's different about big time college athletics versus professional athletics is that the people who are doing the work aren't getting paid. That is a civil rights issue. It's an economic rights issue. And if we don't fix it, we'll be worse off as a nation. But frankly, college sports won't be around 10 or 20 years because students are getting wise to this scam.
Well, we got a head start on this, guys, in the last commercial break, and McKinney just jaw dropped on one of those comments from Murphy.
It's just so frustrating. First of all, NIL will allow college student athletes to make a lot of money. Secondly, there's only two sports that are making money for college athletes, football and basketball. So to suggest that college sports isn't going to exist because the students are wise is unfair to the soccer players, the field hockey players, the volleyball players, and every other sport that isn't making money that doesn't have necessarily a professional career. Less than 0.5% of the high school athletes are going to play, about 1% are going to play Division I athletics. Yeah. 1%. Senator Murphy's spending all this time talking about 1% of college students when college costs are exploding far beyond what inflation is costing. Why doesn't he do something to make colleges more affordable rather than worried about the 0.5%?
And I understand, I guess, what he's saying, but it is the implementation. Let's think about this for a minute. You are right. There are two sports. It's basketball and football that really make the engine go. But there's rowing teams, there's track teams, there's soccer teams, there's baseball teams, there's softball teams. How would you do it in an equitable fashion? There's male teams, there's female teams. How do you do all that, and how does it roll out? Then you have Division IIA, you have Division III. It really starts coming down to what are you trying to do here? I think we should be focusing on getting the kids into school, allowing them to play the sport they love. When they have the opportunity to make the money through the NIL, they will. Paige Beckers is doing an incredible job with it, incredible athlete, and making money. But for the institutions of higher learning to now have to cut a paycheck to athletes across the spectrum, I just don't ever see how it's going to work. And how about leaving that four-year college with a degree that many other students, many other kids in my town are spending anywhere from $120,000 to $200,000 for that four-year degree.
Well, in a school that's making a lot of money, we ought to remember that even though basketball and football make money, a lot of schools who have basketball and football teams lose money.
UConn.
Now.
Right,
UConn.
Not every successful program.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, that's basketball is doing okay, but the football program is losing money. Not every football program is in the SEC, right?
That's
and
right.
making a lot of money. Not every basketball program is UConn. People don't understand just how extraordinary our programs have been, built by Jim Calhoun and Gino Auriemma. That's really very lucky. No other schools have that. Let's focus on all of the other student athletes, getting them their degree, making sure they have the resources so they can play their sports, and let's do something about lowering the cost of college tuition. That would be really something wonderful for the senator to focus on.
All right, guys. So if you were walking down the street, came across an unoccupied podium, TV cameras, bunch of microphones, what would you do? We have one man's answer to that question when Capital Report returns. Do not go away.